And let's talk about, oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to start talking about part 2, listening. Preliminary. Okay, let's talk about part 2. Part 2 is a little bit more difficult than last part, the part 1. Okay? Part 2 is a little bit more difficult because it has other different application. Now you are going to listen to 6 short recordings. It says over here, the part 1 was about pictures. Now part 2 is about 6 short recordings for attitudes. So the idea in part 2 is that you will hear 8 different recordings, 8 different conversations, 6 different conversations, and then you are going to read a series of questions very similar to this. Let me show you. Something very similar to this. Watch this. In front of you, you have a demonstration of the listening practice. And you have something like, you will hear a man called Frank talking on the radio about looking for ships that sank at sea long ago. Okay? And you have question number 8. Frank finds ships quickly because he A, reads history books, B, is a professional driver, or C, uses the latest equipment. In the next question it says, what does Frank say about the ship called the Seabird? A, it was built in 1859, B, it sank in a storm, or C, it was badly made. So the idea is that you understand a bigger conversation than the previous exercise, right? Again, the listening section. Okay? Do you have any question about this in particular?
No? No, teacher.
All right. Well, let's practice. Okay? I'm going to show you one for practice. And then we are going to talk, we're going to do a simulation. Okay? Let's talk about exercise number 1. Please read instructions. Help me, Sochil.
In part 2 of the preliminary English test, you listen to short recordings for attitudes and opinions and choose the right option, A, B, or C. You can listen to the audio twice.
Exactly. So that's very important, eh? The audio will repeat, okay? So you can have another chance to listen. Okay? Let's try it up. Read the question. Michael.
You will hear two people discussing holiday plans. They both want to go somewhere cheap, go by the car, go abroad.
All right. Vocabulary questions?
What the means abroad? The cheap, big cheap?
Excellent question. No, that's a boat.
Okay.
And they are separated vocabulary. Abroad. Read.
In order to foreign country to go travel, live study abroad. Okay.
What is abroad?
Similar go to travel.
But where in specific?
Airplane? Or maybe?
No, where? My question is where?
Went to outside the country?
Exactly. If you travel outside the country, you are traveling abroad. If you are traveling in the country, this is not abroad.
Okay.
You see, very important vocabulary to understand here. Oops. Wait. Here. Two people discussing about holiday plans. They both want to go abroad, go by car, go somewhere cheap. Right? Any question in this moment?
No.
No? All right. Well, meanwhile, we pass to the exercise. Raul and Janice, pay attention to Michael and Xochitl because we are going to do the demonstration for the second exercise in the exam. Attention.
What should we do for our holidays this year?
Well, I didn't really enjoy our holiday abroad last year. It was too hot and the food made me feel ill. I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. I love visiting new countries.
Well, you must admit that it is much easier to holiday in this country. You can just jump in the car and be somewhere nice in a few hours. And you don't have to fit everything you want to take in just a couple of suitcases.
I admit, I like the flexibility of having my own transport. Well, why don't we go on a long road trip across Europe? We could visit some famous sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
We really can't afford to spend so much money. There are nice places to go that aren't so expensive.
Do you have the answer?
No.
What about Xochitl? Do you have it?
I think no, teacher.
Okay, so let's listen the second chance. This is your second chance, eh?
Okay.
Action.
What should we do for our holidays this year?
Well, I didn't really enjoy our holiday abroad last year. It was too hot and the food made me feel ill. I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. I love visiting new countries.
Well, you must admit that it is much easier to holiday in this country. You can just jump in the car and be somewhere nice in a few hours. And you don't have to fit everything you want to take in just a couple of suitcases.
I admit, I like the flexibility of having my own transport. Well, why don't we go on a long road trip across Europe? We could visit some famous sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
We really can't afford to spend so much money. There are nice places to go that aren't so expensive.
All right. Let's check. What is your answer, Sochil?
I think go abroad.
Go abroad. How do you know that?
Because because they discussing what are because they discussing what
Incomplete.
should
Discussing is ing. What do you need for ing? Auxiliary for verb to be for ing? I doing
because they are
again?
no
Again?
because they are
Aha, exactly. In past?
they was
Oh, what is the past of R?
were
Yeah,
excuse me,
complete.
because they were
Mhm.
discussing what should they do for them vacations.
For the exactly. Them
Them
vacations?
holidays.
No, I mean holidays, vacations is correct, but what is a possessive for they?
Them
So chill, possessive. Kindergarten English, possessives. My, your, his, her. And for they?
their
Their. So for what again?
uh, they were discussing
Okay.
what should they do
Mhm.
for their
Excellent.
holidays.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, I understand your idea. I understand everything, but that is not the reason why option 3 is correct. I mean, why did you select option 3?
She said she said she said love her
Okay.
two new countries in Europe.
Love her, 2 new countries in Europe. Okay, very good. Love her, I don't understand love her.
She said that
Uh-huh.
no. She said that she loved 2 new countries in Europe.
Exactly. Okay, she loved 2 new countries in Europe. Okay, probably that's paraphrasing because you cannot love 2 new countries. You love to see or you love to know. Probably you love to travel. There is some important information necessary, but you are correct. Okay, so you need to complement. Love what? Okay,
Okay. And
uh-huh.
she said that that she know or she visited 2 countries in Europe.
Uh-huh.
This is my reason.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, you are very close, but in Europe, you can go by car. Option two. And also, go somewhere cheap. Well, it can be expensive and it can be cheap. So, technically, that's a good reason, but that's not enough. You need a very important information that eliminates option one and option two. Do you have any other help, Michael, that can complement Xochitl's answer?
I have a question. The correct answer is letter C?
I don't know. We need to know.
Because I think the option is letter, well, the first, because
You say
the first
first.
the first dialogue, the man said they went abroad last year.
Okay.
Then it was very expensive.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The purpose of the sec of the yeah the other option the man said is a new met other country or met inter country or met other
Excellent.
state.
Met is past. Wait. Met,
Me,
and you meet people. You don't meet countries.
they met.
Again, you don't meet countries. You meet people.
Okay. No
What is
people.
a different
Yeah.
No, exactly.
They
So can you
knew,
repeat your idea?
they knew a new places in the country.
Okay, did
By
they
the car.
know new places or they wanted to know new
They
places?
wanted to
Wanted,
know.
no? Because I think we
Yeah.
are getting confused. I get confused if you say I want to know versus I know.
Yeah. It's a, yeah.
You
Gotcha.
know?
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
go.
They want to know. The man said the option is they want to know a new places in country in the country by the car.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, so that's very interesting because now you have a contradiction to such, well, not contradiction, but it's a different answer.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think the option the similar option is the go somewhere cheap.
Exactly. Okay, then we have a problem. The answer to your question, guys, is, according to me, is option two, to go by car. Something important that we need to understand is that you need to understand something they both want to do. One mentions an expensive trip. The other mentions Europe. So it's a very difficult situation because one has an idea, the other express another idea, and there are so many ideas, but they agree in one, only one. Let's listen and let's find the part.
What should we do for our holidays this year?
Well, I didn't really enjoy our holiday abroad last year. It was too hot and the food made me feel ill. I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
Okay, let's talk about this last part. So chill, help me, what did the person say in this line?
Feel ill. I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
He. Teacher.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Could you repeat the question, please?
What did he say in this section? No? Nothing? Let's listen again.
Feel ill. I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
Abroad this holiday in this country.
Okay, abroad in this country. Okay, listen, abroad is contradictory to this country.
Okay.
Did you listen what was the definition for abroad?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Right? It's in a foreign country. So that's contradictory. He never pronounced abroad. The phonetic matches, but it's not abroad. Give me a synonym for prefer. I prefer. Who knows a synonym?
Mm. Mm. Like.
Like, kinda. Kinda. Anyone else? Synonym for prefer?
Would.
Again,
Would.
no?
Would.
Okay.
Would? Would, but that is not similar to prefer. Would is a imaginary situation. No, no, no. Another? Nobody, right? Vocabulary, guys. Vocabulary. Mm-hmm. Check. To correct something, to introduce an idea. Would rather. Over here. Look at this definition, Sochil. Help me with this.
Would rather.
Mm-hmm.
Usually reduce to what is pronounced
Apostrophe D?
apostrophe D.
Is the same? The rather. Like the contraction I would, I'd. You would, you'd.
Okay. Usually reduce should rather.
Mhm.
Would prefer to.
This is the definition,
Okay.
right? For example, read this.
Would you rather walk or take the bus?
You see? Substitute for prefer. Will you prefer to walk or take the bus? Right? This is definitely a B2 vocabulary. New vocabulary. I'm going to implement it in the dictionary. Listen to this.
The food made me feel ill. I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
Okay, I rather this country.
I'd rather do what? When you say rather, you need to speak about a verb.
Okay, in this case, I rather want
Rather.
this.
But rather is similar to want.
Oh, okay.
Another way. Okay, let's listen again.
Please.
I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
I rather go to holiday in this country.
Exactly. Eliminate to, because holiday is not a destination.
Okay.
The connector is on. Go on holiday.
I rather go on holiday this country.
Exactly. Exactly. Connector for this country?
For this country.
Incorrect. If you are inside the country?
In this country.
In this country. Confirmation?
I'd rather go on holiday in this country.
I rather go on holiday in this country.
Exactly. That is the correct audio. That's right. If you read option number 3, he doesn't want to go abroad. Do you agree?
Teacher,
Tell me.
when I use the word rather, should always be used the apostrophe?
Commonly. For example, in this case, he used the apostrophe, no? He said, I'd rather. That's a very, very popular application.
Okay. Thank you.
Very, very good. So now we need to eliminate the second part. We have, this is correct, go by car, go abroad, this is eliminated. Now we need to eliminate the second part. Michael, help me eliminate the first option. Ready?
Ready.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. I love visiting new countries.
Well, you must admit that it is much easier to holiday in this country. You can just jump in the car and be somewhere nice in a few hours. And you don't have to fit everything you want to take in just a couple of suitcases.
I admit, I like the flexibility of having my own transport. Well, why don't we go on a long road trip across Europe? We could visit some famous sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
We really can't afford to spend so much money.
What did he say, Mike?
He said, the lady said, why not they will travel To Europe, travel to Europe,
Travel where again?
tourist, Europe,
Air. What is air?
Europe, Europe,
Oh, pronunciation,
Europe,
pronunciation.
Europe.
No, I don't know. Spanglish.
Okay.
Spanglish, Spanglish.
Europe,
Mm-mm.
no,
Spanglish.
Europe, Europe, yeah.
You.
Europe,
Europe.
Europe,
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
Europe. Yeah. They said they wanted to travel Europe, but the man said it's more. They spent more money or a lot of money for the travel.
They spend a lot of money for the travel. Okay, we need to understand. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Travel is not a concept.
No.
What is a concept?
The concept.
Uh-huh.
The concept is the place have to cheaper. In some cities is cheaper, but the man thinks to spend a lot of money for the traveling.
Yeah, that's my point. For the travel. Let's correct. You cannot say the travel because travel is a noun, a verb. Sorry. What is the concept with the noun?
Traveling
Uh-huh.
or John?
Mm-mm. Again, you need to you try to use words that the person mentioned in the audio.
Okay.
Use the word trip.
Okay, trip.
And you need to get that vocabulary from the audio. Okay. So you are paraphrasing too much. You need to use words that he is using. Okay. Listen again.
You get a loan.
We really can't afford to spend so much money.
What did he say?
The trip spends much money.
The trip spent much money. He never said spend. Listen again.
No?
Own.
We really can't afford to.
For?
Auxiliary for ability?
Can't?
Can't. Positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Right? What is the word of having the ability to pay something?
Able. No?
To pay something.
To pay something?
To have the ability to pay something.
Can't. Both?
Kind of. Let me check vocabulary in previous classes. In previous classes, we saw the word. Yes, look at this. In previous classes, we saw in the gerund verbs the following word.
Afford.
Afford. What is afford? To afford something, read this.
To have enough money to be able to buy or to do something. Okay.
You see?
Yeah, he can't afford. Okay.
That's right. Listen again.
Cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
We really can't afford to spend so much money.
He can't afford spend much money.
Afford is a verb. Spend is a verb.
To spend?
Correct. Again?
we can't afford to spend more money.
Did he say more?
Much? No, much money.
Because it's different. Much
Yeah,
and more?
much. Yeah, much money.
Much money. That's correct.
Own.
We really can't afford to spend so much money.
It's over here.
I
We
can.
really can't afford to spend so much money.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Therefore, he doesn't want to spend money. Okay? But she wants to spend a lot of money. Because there is another expression here. Who remembers what is a loan? Anyone? Do you remember what is a loan? Probably this is new vocabulary. Yeah, this is new vocabulary. Help me, Michael, with this verb.
Money that an organization, such as a bank lends and somebody borrows.
Do you understand what is a loan?
Yeah.
What is a loan?
Similar investment?
Investment, no. What is
When
to
you say-
lend money?
When I gave a credit of the bank?
Exactly. Exactly. A credit, or when the bank gives you the money so you can pay later with interest.
Exactly.
This is a loan. Get it?
Get it.
When do you order a loan? When do you need a loan?
When I need money?
When you need money. No? When you are going to spend a lot.
Yeah.
Well, this is included in this specific part. She mentions this.
Sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
What did she say?
Because the cost maybe is not.
Be careful.
Get along?
Go along is different.
Get? Not? I understand. She said they don't get along?
They don't get along. No. You are saying negative, but she never used the negative.
Stay in nice road trip across sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot.
What did she say there?
Can you repeat, please?
Yes.
The cost is low.
Sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot.
I understand the first part, the hotel. I spend in a hotel. The cost is low. Cost low.
Cost low. What is the contrary for a little?
A few. Few?
A little. Contrary.
A big?
Michael, we're talking about quantities.
Okay.
Quantities, not size.
Yeah. Good. So much?
Similar
Maybe?
to so much.
So many?
So many.
Or a lot? A lot of?
Okay. But of is a connector. That's not necessary.
Okay.
Contrary for a little?
A lot of? No. A lot? A lot?
Exactly. Listen again.
Visit some famous sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot.
They cost a lot.
Exactly. The cost.
The-
Cost is a verb. You cannot say the cost.
No? It cost?
It cost. Does it cost every day? Or are they paying the vacation in this moment, or is it imaginary?
Imaginary.
What is the expression for imaginary situation?
I will cost a lot.
I would cost a lot. Okay, who would cost a lot?
They, on
They
this
cost a
case,
lot. Are you going to pay people? Or what are they going to buy?
it,
Exactly, complete.
it go, I go cost a lot.
I?
No, it
Exactly.
will cost a lot.
Correct.
Famous sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
Because it's a lot.
Watch out. She never said because.
Ah,
Never. Listen again.
Europe, sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
what?
But. Excellent. But what?
It costs a lot?
Okay, we have a problem here.
Yeah.
Audio problem. We need to listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Sites and stay in nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
Because we have
We have.
to low, maybe.
Are you
I
saying
don't know.
loan?
Loan? Yeah, loan.
Yes, loan or not loan?
Yeah, yes, loan.
So loan is a noun.
Mhm.
What did they say?
But it costs, but we have
Okay.
to get along.
Exactly. We have to get a loan. Very good. Get is correct. But she never said have to. Eliminate have to.
Okay.
Auxiliary for ability.
I can't.
Positive.
Can.
Yes. Listen again.
Nice hotels. It would cost a lot, but we could get a loan.
But it can get along.
Who can get a loan?
We
Exactly.
can get along.
Complete idea.
Ah. But we can get along.
And what about the first part?
My God. Okay.
Yes.
She. Well. She can afford. Much
No,
money.
that's what he said. He said that. But he doesn't want to pay a lot. But she's talking about the benefits of going to nice hotels.
The hotel is cheap. Is cheap.
Nice hotels. Nice.
Nice.
Do you understand nice hotels?
Yeah.
A nice hotel is, for example, a 5-star hotel. 5 stars hotels, do you think they are cheap?
No.
No.
It's not cheap.
Exactly. That's the reason she gives the option to get a loan.
Okay. Yeah, catch.
In the bank.
Yeah, catch.
Right?
Right.
What do you understand?
I understand the. They want to travel to Europe or another place, but they have to get a loan of the bank.
Exactly. Do they want to spend money?
No.
One of them,
Spend-
yes. I repeat, do they want to spend money?
Yeah. Yes.
Who?
They? They?
No, because if it's they, then the correct option is option number 1.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. Who wants to spend money? He or she?
She.
Only she, no?
Only she.
Only she. Therefore,
Yeah.
option 1, eliminate.
Yeah.
You see? Those are the
Yeah.
3 parts in the audio when they tell you the answer.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Very good. So we need to practice that listening, guys. Listening. In this case, there was not a lot of vocabulary. Probably the word would rather, this was new vocabulary, no? Would rather and loan. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
This was the 2 new vocabulary. Would rather and loan. But the rest was very, very simple. So it's about understanding what we are saying. We can, you can, etc. Yes, they are speaking fast, but we need to develop this ability for this specific audio. Any questions?
No, teacher.
Sure. Is it difficult?
Difficult.
Difficult. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Well, that's the standard. Yeah, that's the standard that we need to accomplish for the exam. Okay. The natural expression is necessary, or you need to understand this velocity in this moment. You know, so we need to accelerate for the exercise. Okay. So that's what we are going to do in this moment. In the exam, this is only question 1. But in the exam, you have 6 conversations. 6 different conversations that will sound in front of you, and you need to answer the correct option. Of course, the exam will provide some time to read the options first and then answer. Okay? So I'm going to give you 40 seconds to understand the audio. Okay? No, 40 seconds to understand the questions. All right? There are 6 questions in this part. For each question, there are 3 choices and a short recording. Choose the correct letters A, B, or C. Okay? Option number 1. Please read question number 1, Cesar. Cesar, you there?
Sorry, teacher, I'm mute.
Okay, muted, fast.
Muted. The first old ship which Frank found was.
Was what?
Okay.
Was what? Options.
Yeah, I thinking about.
But we haven't played the audio. We are reading.
Okay. I read the options, no?
Yes, please.
Okay. Covered by rocks.
B. What is B?
By
Okay.
rocks. Older than he first thought. And easy to find.
That's correct. Vocabulary questions.
Covered. What is covered?
Okay. First, this is the past of the verb cover.
Okay.
Do you know what is cover?
Yeah, teacher.
Well, this is the past of the verb cover. How do you pronounce the past when the verb ends in R?
Covered. Only some D.
Exactly, but you are pronouncing the E.
Covered.
Exactly. So once again, read the complete question.
You will earn a man called Frank. Talking on the
Again, you
radio.
will what again?
Call it.
No, what will you do?
I'm read the first.
No, not you. In the instructions. In the instructions
Okay.
says you will something. What
You will earn.
What is air? What is similar to listen?
Ear.
Ear is the organ. What is the verb similar to listen?
Yeah. Air. No.
Okay, let's go to the dictionary. Dictionary. Pronunciation.
Ear.
The H sounds in English.
Here.
Exactly.
Here.
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 Right? So listen again. What will we do?
You will hear a man called Frank.
What's the past of call again?
Call it. Call
If the
it.
verb ends in L, the
Only
E doesn't sound.
You will hear a man called Frank.
Correct.
Talking on the radio about looking for ships that sank at sea long ago.
Perfect.
The first old ship which Frank found was the first covered
Much better.
by rocks,
Okay.
older than he first thought, and easy to find.
Much better. Vocabulary questions, apart from covered.
Yeah, I understand that covered is when someone collocated anything in the other thing.
In? Interior?
No. On.
On. Okay, that makes more sense. Perfect. What about the rest? Anybody else have vocabulary questions?
What is
No.
Excellent. Very, very good question, Xochitl. Sank. This is precisely the important vocabulary to understand. Sank is the past of sink. And what is sink? Is what happened to the Titanic. The Titanic sank. Sink, sank, sunk. This is a B1 vocabulary.
Sank.
You see? So let's listen to that verb. What happened to the Titanic?
Sank.
Exactly. The Titanic sank. Okay. Very good question, Sochil. This is exactly the question that I wanted you to make. And look, this is B1 vocabulary, yeah? So, super important verb. Okay, so let's continue getting familiar with the vocabulary number 2. Help me, Janice.
Frank finds sheets quickly.
Again, what is quickly?
Quickly.
Okay, one more time.
Frank finds sheets quickly.
What is quickly?
Quickly.
Huh. Similar to fast?
Quickly.
Janice. Pronunciation. How do you pronounce this?
Hi.
Some board?
Wait.
Again? Aha, exactly. So together?
Quick.
Again?
Quick.
Huh.
Quick.
But this is exactly we.
Quick.
It's not ka. It's qui.
Quick.
Exactly. Quick. You
Quick.
see? So add li.
Quickly.
Exactly.
Quickly.
So one more time. Oops. Just a second. Here.
Frank finds chips quickly.
Again.
Quickly.
What is similar to fast?
Quick. Quick. Okay, wait. Sorry.
Okay, again. Quick.
Quickly.
Quickly, exactly.
Quickly.
So one more time.
Frank finds chips quickly
Okay.
because he reads history books. Is a professional diver.
The
Diver.
action, excellent.
Use the latest.
Much better.
Use the latest equipment.
Pronunciation.
Equipment.
Equipment, exactly. This qui. You see?
Okay.
Qui. Perfect. In a moment, we check vocabulary things. Let's go through Jessie. Jessie passes attendance. Attention to Jessie, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Hello, girl.
Hi. I will say attendance, please.
Yes.
Jan. Hi, Jan.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you. Luis.
Luis absent.
All right. Michael.
Here.
Hi, Mike. Thank you. Raúl.
I'm here.
Hi, Raúl. Thank you. Robert.
Robert absent.
All right. Xochitl.
Present.
Thank you, Xochitl.
Yes.
And says hi.
Hi.
Hi, says thank you. Good night.
Thank you, so. Good night.
So that's all. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
See you.
Perfect. Okay, vocabulary questions.
Quickly.
Quickly, similar to super fast.
Okay.
Quickly, quick.
Okay.
Another.
Hmm, that's it.
Is that it, really?
Chips.
Oh, ships.
It's a potato.
Is a what again?
Chips frites. No.
Chips, trips. I don't understand. Do you remember Titanic?
Yes.
Well, Titanic was a ship. This is a ship. You see? Ship.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Yes, of course. What else? Is that it?
Yes.
Are you sure? What is diver? Guys, anyone? Extra point to the person who tells me what is diver.
Me, teacher.
Okay, Caesar?
It's a profession
Uh-huh.
when the people have when the people swim under the water.
Excellent, very good. That's correct. It's a profession. We have an extra point, Caesar. Congratulations. Very good. Is to have it going underwater with an oxygen tank to explore the ocean. That's a diver. Okay, guys? No more questions?
No, teacher.
Perfect. Number 3. Help me, Raul.
What does France say about the ship called the Seabird?
Uh-oh. What's the name of the ship?
The ship
Mm-hmm.
called
The
the
name.
Seabird.
Pronunciation. How do you say this is a composed word? Pronunciation similar to ocean?
Sea.
Exactly.
C.
This is the sea. The beach. And pronunciation?
Bird.
What is this sound?
Bird.
Er.
Bird.
Exactly.
Bird.
So composed?
Seabird.
Exactly. Sea bird, not beard. Bird. Because this is beard. This is a beard. You see?
Okay.
So pronunciation again.
Seabird.
Excellent. Complete.
What does France say about the ship called the Seabird?
Perfect. Pass of call?
Called.
The E doesn't sound.
Called.
Called. Again.
What does France say about the ship called the zipper.
Correct.
Letter A, it was boiled in 8059.
Uh-oh. How do you pronounce this number again?
No.
No, because 80 is
18.
this. Exactly. Determination is the important part. 80 versus 18.
1859.
Okay. And what is the past of Bill?
Boiled? Boiled?
Pronunciation. Regular verbs.
Built?
Exactly.
Built.
So one more time.
Letter A, it was built in 1859.
Perfect.
Letter B, it sank in a storm. Letter C, it was badly made.
Perfect. Excellent. Vocabulary questions.
Badly?
Badly. Very good. It's similar to bad, but when you describe an action. For example, this coffee, this is a very bad coffee. You know? It smells badly. You see what I mean? So it's similar to bad.
Okay.
Another question?
No, teacher.
Perfect. So let's pass to the next one. Number 4. Michael.
Sorry, teacher. Frank said his wedding ring. Option 8 was made from gold he found himself. B is worth 88,000 euros or pound. It's euros.
No, pronunciation, euros. But this is not a
Euros.
euro. No, this is not a euro. What is a
What
coin in the United
Coin?
Kingdom? Pronunciation.
Coins?
Ah,
Pounds.
pounds, exactly.
Pounds. Okay.
So one more time.
Is worth 88,000 pounds. Letter C was found by a friend.
Correct. Vocabulary questions.
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No, nobody else?
No, teacher.
Perfect. Number 5. Socio.
Frank's wife believes he should. Option A, B.
Again, what is the action for going under the water?
Option B.
No, again. What is the action of going underwater? The vocabulary that is our exactly dive. ING?
Diving.
Ah, that's right. So read the option A again.
Okay. Option A. Stop diving. Option B. Give things to museums. Option C. Sell some of this collection.
Exactly. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Vocabulary questions?
No, teacher.
All right. All right, finally, number 6, Janice.
How did Frank learn to dive? By joining a diving club, by
Excuse me?
by going,
Okay, going.
by going on a diving holiday.
What type of holiday are we talking about?
Diving.
Again?
By going on a diving holiday.
Okay.
By teaching himself.
That's right. Questions?
What is joining?
Joining, okay. Joining is to go together into a group.
Okay.
You join Facebook when you access your email, your password.
Okay.
See?
Diving.
And diving is the action of going underwater to explore the sea.
Okay.
Got it? All right. All this is the vocabulary, guys. So, if you want to practice the audio, I'm going to send you the link through WhatsApp so you can study your audio and check it for tomorrow. But this practice is super fundamental to understand quickly. Understand your audios very, very effectively. All right? Tomorrow's practice. Finish this one and we continue tomorrow. Okay, my people?
Thank you, teacher.
Practice, practice, practice. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.
See you. Good night.
See you later. Bye, guys.